Hello everybody, BigPlanes here. Now before I get into the updates and progress that I have made to the custom LEGO B-52D Stratofortress, I'd like to give a shout out to my patrons over on Patreon. Thank you to everybody who helps support the channel over on Patreon. You guys are one of the reasons why I'm even able to build these giant LEGO planes. So yeah, if you want to go support the channel over on Patreon, I will leave a link in the description below. So yeah, a lot of progress since the last video. It's been about a week since the last update video on this beast, and I'm happy to report that I've made quite a bit of progress since the last update, and very important progress too, because the center wing section area of a plane, basically in every case, is one of the most challenging parts of making the model. So yeah, let me just sort of go through what I've done here. I'm going to start with just the wing. Actually, no, I'm going to start with what's on the wing and what isn't on the wing yet. So you will notice that all 4 of the engine pods are now installed on the wing. And of course, there are 8 engines on the B-52. Each engine, or the engines, are paired in pods suspended under the wings on pylons. And this is pretty similar actually to a lot of other modern jets, except obviously most modern jets have only a single engine mounted to their pylon. But yeah, I have finally been able to mount all the engines. I was basically just waiting for parts for this tan pod right here, and they all fit. Thankfully, everything balances. Again, these engine pods are quite a bit smaller than what was on the B-52H model, so that's good both in terms of just aesthetics, because I think these smaller pods look better, as well as weight distribution, because these things weigh quite a bit less than the heavier pods on the B-52H. But I've also not just finished the engines, I've also finished the Outrigger. So again, it's going to be kind of hard to see it from this angle, but you can see here, I'm going to set the camera down. You can see here that the Outrigger wheel has been installed. Now, of course, this can fold up and everything, and I'm not going to really demonstrate it right now because it's not a great angle, but this door right here would fold in, and this one would fold in, and this thing basically can very smoothly and nicely fit flush up in there on the very thin wing. And I'm happy to report that there is quite a bit of clearance under these Outrigger wheels. Now obviously this wing probably will sag over time, and I have yet to add the outer fuel tanks. Now when I add those, I don't know how much more this wing's going to sag. I'm still doing things here and there to sort of eliminate as much sag as possible. Most of the sag is actually in this region right here, not at the wing box, which is interesting. It was at the wing box in my previous B-52, but either way, there is some tolerance for sag on this wing because the real B-52 had quite a bit of sag, and that is in fact why there are Outrigger wheels on this B-52, is because the real B-52, when the wing tanks, when the wing fuel tanks were full of fuel, the wings tended to sag. So yeah, it's just a matter of how much sag and where the sag is, and I'm still playing around with it. Obviously the wing is not 100% done. I would say it's about 99% done, or 95% done. Obviously this right here is going to all be covered up when I integrate the fuselage. I'm still waiting for parts on that, but otherwise, yeah, the wing is done. All I'm waiting for are the parts for the outer fuel tanks. Those may come actually quite a bit later because parts in sand green and dark tan are actually quite rare in the colors or in the types that I'm looking for those fuel tanks. So I'm going to have to do a little bit of experimenting to see if I can find a good color combination that won't break the bank. So let's talk about what's going on at the trailing edge, since I haven't really looked at that much at all since then. And of course right now the landing gear, I'll get to that a little more later, but you can see I just have a support back here right now because there is not a pair of aft wheels attached. But you can see here that this is what the flaps look like. I have them all deployed right now, and this model also has, I'm going to see if I can do this with one hand, this model also has a flapper on. You can see that it can go up, down, basically whatever. So there is a flapper on. There is also one on the other side right here. I just don't have it deployed. And of course these are Fowler flaps. Let's see if I can do this without shaking the camera too badly. See, they just come up like this, slide right in. So that's what those look like. And of course, when these are all retracted, the wing is very nice and smooth all the way back, and yeah, pretty good. Also up here at the front, I have the first set of landing gear. Now, I have not completed everything down here. Obviously, I still need to get the bomb bays in. Those are going to be tricky. I need to get the wheels in. I need to get the wheel doors in. These wheels are really weird. They fold like one folds forward, one folds aft, and it's just very complicated. And I will probably have to iterate on the landing gear design as more weight is applied to them because, well, this is a very heavy airplane, so it'll be interesting to see how it handles the weight on this very unconventional landing gear setup. But yeah, it's coming along pretty nicely, and again, I know a lot of you have not really been paying attention too much to this project. This project has not This project has not garnered a ton of views on YouTube, but this is something that I've wanted to do. It's very interesting to me, because I've always had an interest in the older B-52 variants, especially the ones that served in Vietnam and some of the earlier ones, especially with this beautiful camouflage pattern on it. So yeah, that's probably going to wrap it up for this video. Again, a lot of progress, but it's pretty obvious the progress that I've made. Once I get a little more into the nose and stuff, the interior will be a little more interesting. So I'm looking forward to that, and I'm hoping that I can finish this thing pretty quickly now that I've gotten the wing done. So I guess we'll just have to see how that goes. It's really more of a matter of how quickly Bricklink orders can show up. So that's going to be it for this one, and I hope to have another update video for you out in about maybe a week, a little less than that. So yeah, that's all I really have for this one. I hope you enjoyed it, and bye for now.